Hey guys, welcome back to Condemned 2. We're going to the City Museum today to investigate the death of the mayor.
What do we got?
Skin peeled away, strips of muscle torn from bone, and her head is missing. Actual cause of death is unknown.
How'd you make an ID?
Well, she was wearing this badge. Apparently, she was visiting the museum director to discuss delays regarding the grand opening.
Media?
Expect a maelstrom any minute. Someone knows. First Van Horn, and now...
Keep your voice down.
Agent Thomas?
Mr. Thomas.
I found this on the body.
Mr. Thomas, take a look around. Dolan and I are heading back to the agency. Remember our discussion. I'm trying to protect you.
Get this to Agent Rosa, SCU ASAP.
I'll have it delivered right away.
Well, no real question, she is dead.
There's too little blood. It should be splattered all over the place.
Get out your phone app. You need to find the kill room.
Perp used the wheelbarrow to transport the body.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We're looking for a trail of blood. We're going to be using our UV light.
A bloody tire trail leads to the door.
Certainly suggests the actual crime scene and possibly the head are somewhere in the museum. Unfortunately, we're under strict orders not to enter the museum.
Doesn't mean dick to me.
Yeah, I didn't think it would. Follow me. Here,
Why
let
is
me
he
give you
being
a
so
lift.
helpful?
I don't know, he's just a cool guy.
Let me just break orders.
Avoid the guards if possible. If you need to take them down, don't use a weapon.
I'll take that under advisement.
Beefed up security where you just have to jump a wall to get in.
Yeah. Well, there's our optional objective. We can't kill the guards. So they're going to introduce us to a couple new mechanics here. The first one is guards will go down to their knees when you beat them up a little bit. But when you grab them, you'll just choke them out instead of killing them. And that's the only way we can deal with guards. If we do anything else, we'll fail that optional objective.
Will you fail the mission as well, or just...
No, it's just the optional.
Okay.
And it's kind of too bad because this level has some pretty great weapons.
Sick.
That's a returning favorite from the first game. But alas. There are a couple rooms off each side. There's nothing particularly interesting in them, but they do make it look like a museum. So that's kind of cool.
Did you get to take a dinosaur bone from like the T-Rex to use as a weapon? Is that what
No, unfortunately not. It's a missed opportunity.
Ethan, this is Rosa. I just received that little present you sent me. It's a bit disturbing to think that SKX is still alive.
Last time I saw that psycho, half his face lined the inside of a trunk.
Well, the body was never recovered, so I guess the chance he survived was always there.
Want to refresh my memory on who SKX
just
is?
arrived. He's examining the body now. I'll keep you posted if anything turns up.
So SKX was the bad guy from the first game, the serial killer we were chasing throughout the game. At the end of it, we shot him in the face, and pretty, logically assumed he was dead. But I guess it turns out he wasn't.
You know what they say about assumptions.
I do.
We're all asses.
Every night assholes break in here and start stealing shit. Seems to be getting worse. I bet one of us will get it tonight if we're not careful.
It's a very pessimistic guard, and actually that conversation is not very long. That's all they say. Kind of weird.
It's kind of weird that people break into the museum every night.
Yeah, actually. Anyway, we don't need the UV light anymore. We can actually see the trail of blood now. And the giant pool of it.
Okay, this is what we know so far. The victim is Mayor Rachel Mars, age 55, found dead inside the City Museum of Natural History. Body has severe lacerations about the back, chest, and arms, resulting in excessive hemorrhaging. There's also an extensive tearing of muscle and ligament within the same region. Head decapitated just above the collarbone. Whereabouts is still unknown. Alright, and now for the note you sent me. Found on the victim's body was a piece of paper with strangely drawn eyes on one side, and on the other, the acronym of a serial killer known as Serial Killer X. Both written with a black felt tip pen.
Did you find any fingerprints on the paper?
Yes, I ran it through IAFIS, and guess whose name popped up? Leland Van Horn. I don't need to tell you this, but let's make it official. Leland Van Horn, aka Serial Killer X, or just SKX, was allegedly responsible for 9 serial murders in the greater metro area. He's the nephew to Malcolm Van Horn, and was thought to be dead, killed by a gunshot to the face. His body was never recovered.
Do you think Van Horn nursed his nephew back to health?
I'd say it's the most likely scenario. I have a theory. SKX gets one in the grill. His own flesh and blood, Malcolm Van Horn nurses him back to health. SKX turns on his uncle and kills him, for perhaps the same reason he murders Rachel Mars. Keep searching the museum. We need more information.
Yeah, we don't really need to search too far because this right here is, well, a crime scene of some sort.
What is that?
That is a saw.
Receiving image. Good work. That's an odd-shaped saw. Looks medieval in origin. Get a shot of the handle, will you?
The handle's important because when we zoom in, we can see there are, it looks like finger marks.
Fingerprints.
Yeah, and apparently our camera has
Got it.
good enough resolution for that to be
Excellent.
useful.
Look at that. A fingerprint. Give me a moment. Okay, over 50% of the fingerprint found on the handle is compromised by smudging. However, after running the print through IAFIS, I'm able to get a positive match on our suspect, SKX. I'd say SKX is very much alive and is now the prime suspect in the murder of Rachel Mars.
What about the saw? You said it looked medieval.
Yeah, I hear the museum will feature one of the largest medieval exhibits in the country. Ethan, find the exhibit that tool came from. SKX was certainly there at one point.
Now, this level it's not always apparent where you need to go. The first time you play it, if you don't know where you're going, you probably just wander around all over the place. And, well, attract the guards. But we don't really need to go far. Right up here we find some security cameras, and one of them is pointing the right direction.
Okay, hold on a sec. Camera 1 1501 was installed a week ago and just completed its 48-hour stress test. Ethan, if you think SKX may be on camera, find the surveillance room and let's take a look.
Yep, and that's our next destination.
It's kind of weird that they ask you to go find the... like where the saw came from, but you just had to find the camera.
Yeah. You can't actually get to the next area of the level without climbing over this. So, like, you do need to go this way for sure. Anything else, like I said, will just leave you wandering around those side rooms. Swords and shit.
Swords and shit. Sam Fisher him.
We'll get back to him. He's having his break.
Alright.
It doesn't seem like much, but this is the room we actually want to go to right now.
That wasn't very quiet.
No. Because there's a TV in here.
Good evening, this is Sarah Brenton, City News. With her head reportedly missing, Mayor Rachel Mars is dead. Her decapitated body was found earlier today at the Museum of Natural History. Apparently she was murdered, suffering extensive cutting about her body. There are no leads as of yet, but the federal and local authorities have cordoned off the area in an attempt to locate the perpetrators of this heinous crime. More after this.
So let's sneak up on that guy who's having his break. Luckily, they let us actually grab him if he doesn't notice us, instead of us having to actually beat him up a little bit.
That's good.
Yep.
Oh, I was hoping you could, like, interrogate him.
No, we just want to get him out of the way.
Okay, I'm in the surveillance room.
Find the backup drive and let's see if our favorite madman has made a cameo.
This is another sort of useless investigation section.
Okay, the feed is coming in now.
He looks bigger than his mugshot.
Yes, he actually looks quite a bit different.
And crazier. Well, maybe not.
No, not really, actually.
Wow, disturbing, but not overly revealing. Keep looking for the exhibit.
At least he doesn't look any crazier from that. I'm not going to say he isn't crazier, but, yeah.
I'd be pretty crazy if I got shot in the face. And lived.
Yeah, probably doesn't do much for your self-esteem.
But ladies love scars. This is the Pokemon exhibit?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Where's Omnistar? Bone for a weapon.
I did try. You can't use the dinosaur bones. It really is a wasted opportunity. They have it there, there's some bones lying on the ground, but you can't pick them up.
It's too bad. I still think Bum Rush is a pun every time.
It is. This guy actually brought us our paper cutter again, which means we get to see it. Although not till next video.
What a nice guy.
Yeah. So here's another really, really easy to miss clue. This sign on the wall. We actually have to go take a look at it.
Rosa, I found a museum directory.
Good. Tell me the area of the museum you want to find, and I'll update your GPS.
20A.
We're talking about the investigation we want to find, not weapons we want to find. So we actually want tools.
Got it. Let me check the blueprints. Okay, Ethan, your GPS has been updated.
Okay, so GPS. I haven't actually used this yet. So here we are. It's a pretty standard video game map. You can move it around and zoom in and out. This one's sort of weird. You have to change the which floor you're looking at manually. You can only be looking at one at a time, so you sort of see the gray areas. X's are item boxes, weapon boxes, whatever. So that's kind of nice. You can locate them. That circle there is the objective, so the tools exhibit. And you may or may not be able to notice, the map is pretty unclear and hard to follow.
I noticed.
Yeah, I don't find it useful at all. The levels aren't overly complicated. What's kind of cool though is you can walk around with this out, and it just takes up a little corner there. So if you're searching for an item box, or maybe you set down a waypoint at a dropped gun or something, it can help you find it, but like I said, I don't really use the GPS.
I saw Trio heading towards the dinosaur area. How are they getting in here? I don't know. We're in deep shit if we don't get the situation under control. On my way.
Yeah, poor guard. This hasn't been a terribly exciting episode. It's been all investigation, but we're actually going to cut it here and have a moment of silence for this guy here. So thanks for watching. See you guys next time, where we try and investigate more about the death of Mayor Rachel Mars.